Perfect.
Hallo, willkommen.
Hey guys, how's it going? So I've noticed that ever since I've been back, a lot of people have been asking me questions about Germany. How's the trip? What's this like? What's that like? A lot of them, honestly, has been a lot of like stereotypes, or I guess could be categorized as stereotypes of Germany or the German people just in general. Some of them true and some of them not so true. Some parts maybe like this. From my experience and what I went through while I was there, that some of these stereotypes aren't true, and I figured I'd kind of share them and get them out in the open and I guess kind of bust certain stereotypes that some Americans seem to have about Germany. So the first one, which I'm not gonna lie, for a little while I kind of thought this, but I thought it was an old-time German thing and it's evolved over the years, is the traditional clothing that they wear that you normally see during like festivals like Oktoberfest and stuff like that, like the Lederhosen and the Dirndl. They don't wear those all the time. I actually had some people ask me questions about it and not necessarily think they wore it at all times, but thought it was kind of like a daily thing. It's actually mostly Bulgarian. It's a Bulgarian tradition and it's a Bulgarian custom to dress that way during certain festivals. We did notice walking around Munich, there was a couple people wearing them, like just wearing the shorts, you know, the Lederhosen themselves. Not necessarily the full thing, but there was one or two people we did see doing it. But yeah, it's not something they wear every day. It's mostly a traditional thing. I remember last summer when we went to see one of the castles, they had like an orchestra coming. It was a big event that was happening as we were leaving. And a lot of the Bulgarians were dressed up, wearing the traditional clothing like that. I've seen pictures of weddings, people wearing them. You know, again, they might wear them more than I think they do. They might wear them less than I imagine they do, but that's just kind of what I saw when we were there. But they definitely don't wear them every day, and I definitely didn't see them outside of Bulgaria itself. The second one, I had a lot of people say this. It's like, when you think of Germany or Germans in general, what do you think of? And like 90% of you guys are like beer. And I mean, their beer's amazing. It really is. They do drink a lot of beer, you know, nothing crazy, but you saw the assortment when we went to the place with Young Munich trip. You saw all the different beers and stuff. Like they have a whole bunch of different beers and they're all the ones I got to try were amazing. I guess just fun facts real quick. The alcohol content's around the same it is here. They're not all dark beers. They just have more flavor. There's more taste to it. So I guess it's heavier in a sense of how you feel. It's not as watery or as, you know, a lot of our big beer, your Coors, your Bud Light, Budweiser, you know, Miller Lite, stuff like that. After drinking stuff like that over there and coming back here, it all tastes like water to this point. But beer is just a part of life. You know, in Bulgaria, I heard stories that a lot of Bulgarians will say that beer isn't like alcohol, it's food. It's, you know, you can drink a certain kind of beer in the morning if you're eating a certain kind of food, and you know, it's just part of life there, again, from what I heard. So, but yes, beer, there's a very big part of the life there. It's, you know, it's good. Like, really just need to get more of that over here, if you ask me. So the third thing is they're mean and they have no sense of humor. The stereotype, honestly, I thought for the longest time, just due to watching, I guess, clips of the war or movies, they're always like really, you know, to the point, really kind of rough around the edges. I would agree with that in the sense that they're very to the point. They're not mean. They're actually, I guess necessarily kind of surprised the hospitality a lot of the times over there, especially if you kind of put in the effort to learn the language. They understand their language is hard. So I think they kind of appreciate the fact that you've kind of put in the effort to kind of learn to a degree. Very, very humble people. Everyone I met was, you know, want another beer, you need a beer, you know, you hungry, you need something to eat, you know. It was a really great experience. So not mean at all. And sense of humor wise, they do have a great sense of humor. It's kind of a dry sense of humor. So a lot of the people I met had a very sarcastic kind of, you know, sense of humor to it. So not mean, at least no one that I encountered was anywhere just naturally mean or nasty. And they were very humble, very accepting, very accommodating, you know, people that you know, they had a great sense of humor. A lot of them had great sense of humor. And number 4 is that they yell. That Germans are just loud. This is again kind of a stereotype I think that came in with the movies. The Germans are just loud, they just yell. They don't. Honestly, when I was over there, I think I was louder than a lot of them. When we would go out and stuff, and would have fun or playing a game or something, I get naturally loud sometimes. So honestly, I think I was louder than a lot of them. They don't yell, talk the same volume. They get excited. It's the same as they do here, but they don't. It's not a natural, I guess, German thing that I was able to experience to where there was a lot of yelling or a lot of, I guess, high-pitched talking. So it's not a common German thing to yell. They get excited just like we do, but I think honestly I was louder than a lot of them when stuff like that happened. So the fifth one, and the one that I found out of the stereotypes that I knew and experienced when I was over there, is that they're very orderly, and they have lots of rules, and they follow those rules. Orderly, being punctual, having a routine. We weren't late for anything, so very punctual. They're always on time. So they're going to be there at a certain time. We always were. Very orderly. They like stuff in line. We're trying to make plans and plan stuff out when we went to Cologne or when we made the trip to Munich. Trying to make plans of when we were going to be someplace or what we were going to do. Everything was planned out. But that is definitely true. When it comes to lots of rules, another thing is true. Yanni always made this joke that I was always like, America, freedom. And she's like, yeah, Germany's freedom too, but it's just freedom with boundaries. And I always thought that was kind of funny. And then after being over there the time that I was, it's kind of true. Like, yeah, you have the freedom to do what you want to do, but there's always a rule for things. I remember when we were walking around in Cologne, we were waiting for the light to turn green to walk across the street, and I'm looking both ways, and there's no cars coming. Here, naturally, I would just walk across. Now I remember they were just like, no, you wait for it to turn green. Like, you're supposed to wait for it to turn green. Yanni even expressed to me how apparently if you go and cross the street before it turns green, you can actually you get caught. You can actually be written a ticket for it. I thought it was crazy. Like, you're safe. There's no cars coming. Yeah, there's rules you gotta follow. I also looking in for, be able to capture certain things when we were going to castles and stuff. I was looking into getting a drone. And after looking into what it took to bring a drone to Germany, and you gotta get like a license for it, and you gotta make a video that's gotta be a certain uncut distance long, showing that you know how to operate it. And there's a map that you can look up to show like where you can't fly it and where it's not allowed, and like not even close to airports or anything, just in general. There's just random spots on the map that had like map looked like it had chicken pox. It was nuts. Just all over the place, and you get caught, you can get fined, and they can take it from you. And at that point, I'm just like, I'm not getting a drone. I'm not taking a drone to Germany. I'm still unsure how people are getting drone film of Germany, being a lot of the places where I'm seeing some of this like drone film, like is some parts where the chicken pox claim to be. So I'm not too sure. But either way, there are a lot of rules, and they're very strict on following them. And in some cases, you have to follow them, otherwise you get a ticket, and nobody wants that. All right, guys. So there's the 5. Throw some fun facts at you. Move on. Hope you guys learned some stuff. Kind of got a better idea. Again, this is just from my experience. I was only in a certain region and parts of Bulgaria when I was there, so it's not like the country as a whole. It's just from what I saw. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go ahead and like and subscribe for me if you did enjoy it. Still coming out with new videos every week. Again, we're not really slowing down. Things are going to keep coming. Keep it German related. If I miss one and there's one that you've always thought or have heard about, leave it in the comments. Let me know. I always try to comment back and let you guys know, give you guys the feedback that you leave for me. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.